Hi everybody, Dan Illman. Welcome to Weekend Wrap. We're going to take a look at last Friday's Grade 2 Phoenix Stakes, part of the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series. This a win and you're in for the Breeders' Cup Sprint. They break from the gate and the number one Promises Fulfilled was your 7-10 favorite for many reasons. Going into this race, he was widely considered the best 3-year-old sprinter in the country, and the other speed entered in this race, Distinctive B Scratch, which left Promises Fulfilled, as you see, alone on the early lead. He's going to take pressure from Heartwood, who showed speed in his prior start at Saratoga, but Heartwood was dismissed at 27-1 based on class concerns in this spot. He is giving pressure to Promises Fulfilled, however, but because of the lack of pace, you see that the number 2, Whitmore, the co-second choice in this race, is perhaps a little bit closer than usual. He's getting a very nice trip in behind the speed, but Whitmore is usually a one-run closer. Now let's keep an eye on the number 4, Limousine Liberal. Jose Ortiz looks like he's got plenty of run, and he could have gone to the far outside to make a bid. He stays inside. He's going to try to come up the rail. He's going to be stymied when Promises Fulfilled makes it a little bit tight for him. Limousine Liberal is going to try to come outside now, but no, here comes Whitmore to make things very tight for Limousine Liberal. Limousine Liberal is going to dart back to the rail, but it's too late. Whitmore's on the outside and he's got a lot of momentum, but you have to give Promises Fulfilled a tremendous amount of credit for digging in the two-path and holding off horses, older horses, for the first time in his career. Promises Fulfilled pays $340 to win, $240 to place, $210 to show, and as you can see, the exacta and the trifecta rewarded the chalkies greatly. A 50-cent try paid $2.20. What does this mean for the Breeders' Cup? As we take a look at Promises Fulfilled's horse card, he is by Shackelford out of a Marquetry mare, trained by Dale Romans, ridden by Luis Saez, and he earned a 101 Beyer speed figure for his win in the Phoenix, again his first start against older horses. Promises Fulfilled is good at 6, but I wonder if he's a bit of a tweener, and that could cause Dale Romans some sleepless nights going into the Breeders' Cup. I think he's a little bit better at 7 furlongs, and there are no 7-furlong races for Promises Fulfilled come Breeders' Cup weekend. He would be a factor in the sprint, although he would be taking on tough horses like Roy H., horses like Imperial Hint, and he would then have to face Whitmore and Limousine Liberal again. Or Promises Fulfilled could try to stretch out to a one-turn mile. And I think his speed plays better actually at the one-turn mile. Now he would have to face horses like Catalina Cruiser and City of Light. But I wonder if Promises Fulfilled will actually opt for the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, despite earning his win and you're in for the sprint in the Phoenix. As for Whitmore, I thought he lost nothing in defeat. He did get a very nice trip tracking that pace battle, but the pace wasn't overly fast, and I really do think that Whitmore likes to make one run from the back of the pack, as we've seen in several of his prior races. This was a nice effort for Whitmore, who will show up in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. He loves 6 furlongs, and he's likely to get a faster pace at Churchill Downs. And speaking of Churchill Downs, you saw all the trouble that Limousine Liberal had in this Phoenix. At Churchill Downs' lifetime, he's had 8 starts, 6 wins, 1 second-place finish. He is truly a horse for course, and he might get a much better trip at Churchill, although he's going to have to prove it against the Roy H's and Imperial Hints. There are a lot of folks, myself right now among those people, that think that Limousine Liberal might just be a notch below the top sprinters in the country. But coming off a trip like this, it appears he's still in good form and getting back to his best surface come Breeders' Cup time. We'll see where Promises Fulfilled goes. Does he go to the sprint? Does he go to the dirt mile? I would lean dirt mile right now, but he's in good form wherever he goes, coming off a 101 Beyer speed figure in his first start against older horses, the Grade 2 Phoenix.